Shobit.
Being a good speaker myself, being a good speaker myself, I would like to tell my little secret of choosing topics. Whenever I come to the stage, I talk about things that I firmly believe in. I talk about things that I follow. And I talk about things that I want you to follow. But this time I've decided to talk about something else. Something that I want myself to believe in and something that I want everyone to follow. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests.
Good evening.
So let us begin with playing a game called the Show of Hands. The rules are pretty simple. I'll ask 3 questions from you. You have to close your eyes and answer. If your answer is yes, raise your hand. And if your answer is no, you just have to sit in the way you're sitting with your eyes closed and wait for my next question. Please make sure that you're honest because no one can see you and I won't tell. So, ladies and gentlemen, kindly close your eyes so that the game shall begin. My first question. A show of hands if you've ever judged someone based on how he or she looks. Okay. My second question. A show of hands if you've ever judged someone's intelligence based on how he or she speaks English. Okay. The third question and the last question. A show of hands if you've ever judged someone on the basis of how he or she walks or speaks. And another question. A show of hands if you hate being judged. Okay. Now everyone may open his or her eyes, and for those who have slept, kindly wake up. I have something more to bore you. So, before I say anything on the game we just played, I want to share one story with you. A train left from the New Delhi railway station and a 24-year-old boy was sitting on the window seat beside his father. And after a while, he exuberantly shouted, "Dad, look, the trees are running away from us." His dad smiled. And then he again exclaimed, "Dad, look, the cows are pushing past us." His dad smiled. But this time, a young couple sitting next to the dad looked at the boy with pity. They looked at the childish behavior of the 24-year-old boy with pity, and then the boy again exclaimed, "Dad, look, the clouds are following us." Now, before the dad could smile, the couple interrupted. They asked the father that why don't you take your son and get him to see a good doctor? The father smiled and replied, "I did. And in fact, we are coming from the hospital. My son was blind since birth and today he got his eyes." The couple was speechless, was ashamed. And whereas the boy, after listening to that comment, he restricted himself from sharing what he feels. Now, when I asked you the 3 questions, I could see almost every hand up in the 4 questions. But I found this very ironical. Because when it comes to judging others, we are very comfortable. But when it comes to being judged, we simply hate it. In this story, it took only 3 lines for the couple to judge the boy, whereas it took only 1 comment for the boy to restrict himself from saying what he wants to say, from conveying what he feels. Now just relate this story with your experience of judging others. You played the part of the couple perfectly. Kudos to you. But what if there was no old man in your story? What if the truth remains buried and you'll never get to know it? Will you be able to forgive yourself for your deed? Don't you think it was too immature and restless on your part? I myself have been doing this a lot of times. For instance, in metro, whenever I travel, I tend to judge someone just after seeing them, or based on the way they talk over the phone, or based on the way they see videos on the phone. Am I right? Was the couple right? Were you right? No. So I would like to end this by sharing a wonderful post that I read on the internet. Remember that girl you called a slut? She's a virgin. Remember that girl you called fat? She's starving herself to death. Remember that man whom you made fun of because of his ugly scars? He fought for our own country. Remember the boy whom he laughed at because he's always crying? His mother is dying. Remember the boy whom you thought had ego issues? He's an introvert. My friends, tongue is the most powerful weapon you have. It can tear someone into pieces or build someone up at the very same time. So do you think you know people? Chances are very good that you don't. So make the choice in a very healthy way. And my last question of the game. A show of hands if you'll never judge someone based on first impressions. Over to you, Rosmas.
Ladies and gentlemen.